guys, this is TaysGreenLife's podcast with Kelcie. And Kelcie, can you tell everyone about your business?
Hey, it's Dying for Color is my hair business and all-in-one weddings and events.
Okay, that's cool. Can you explain what you do with your hair company?
I am specializing in color, but I do pretty much everything, cuts and styles and wedding updos and even perms still.
Sounds great. And what was your motivation to get into cosmetology?
Actually, when I was about 15, a really close friend of mine passed away, and I was being homeschooled in high school.
Yeah.
So I got really depressed and wouldn't even come out of my room for a few months. And I had a cousin, her name's Brittany. She was working at a salon right down the street from where I was living at. Mm-hmm. And everybody kept trying to get me to do stuff. Yeah. And I just didn't even want to come out of my room. I wouldn't do anything. And she knew me well enough to know that if she asked me for help, I would come do that. So she said that they needed a shampoo girl and somebody to come like be a receptionist, pretty much answer the phones and stuff like that. So I was like, all right. She was like, our girl got pregnant. We really need some extra hands. I need your help. And I was like, I mean, fine, whatever. But just until you find somebody else. Mm-hmm. I was very much a tomboy, did not want to do hair, thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And I was going just for a few weeks, I thought. And then there was this woman there that rented a room in the back area, and she specialized in color. So watching the before and afters of the colors that she did on hair was very intriguing. So as soon as I turned 16, I started an apprenticeship and went ahead and got my license.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. It kind of sounds like, because I actually manage a CVS. So I had to get so that's something I wanted to do. But then they kind of forced me into the pharmacy. So now I have a pharmacy license and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's hard work. And it's just you have to start from the bottom, which is trash, and then move your way up and then to something great.
I was literally taking out the trash. So
yeah. And I think that's pretty cool. You got to start somewhere. And it shows now that you do your own thing. And I mean, you give your advice and, your hands to women, getting married. Can you explain us the experience with working weddings?
Sure. So after I got my license for cosmetology, I started getting hired to do hair and makeup for weddings and events. And when I noticed while I was doing hair and makeup for weddings that the brides were so stressed out, and half of them were crying in not happy tears.
Yeah.
They were just so overwhelmed and not enjoying their day. And it was so upsetting to see that these brides just spent about at least 2 years planning this one day and spent their savings on this day just for it to be that stressful. It I don't know, something about that did not sit right. I was like, we got to fix this. So I started thinking what if I could be their person? If anything that needs to be done, it gets done. Usually I would finish doing hair and then go, what else do you need me to do? I can finish setting up. What do you need from me? So even when I was just hired to do hair, I would try to fix any last minute thing that needed to get done. And I was like, I could definitely do this. And it was just I wanted to take the stress off the bride. She shouldn't have to deal with that. My sister had moved back and we started doing it together.
Yes. That's so with you and your sister working, are you guys both in the business together, or does she just sometimes help out? How do you guys do that?
We're in it together. We pretty much it was kind of cool the way it started is I did a lot of the planning for her wedding 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So she was like, dang, you can really do this. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've been really thinking about it. And we did a lot of working together for that and making things for it. And because it was out of the budget, to get some of the things that she wanted. So we were like, I bet we can make it. And we started trying to make stuff. And it actually came out better than I thought it would. So I was like, all right, I'm not half bad at this. I made her this really big chandelier. When we went into the room where the reception was going to be, everything was set up, and we had set up the day before.
Yeah.
That it was a 3 days we had for decorating and then taking down for the whole reception. So that was a cool venue. But so we went in there the day before and we set everything up. And then there was this one area right above where she would be sitting, the main table. And it was just so blank, like it was a really high ceiling. And then there was just nothing but whiteness up there. And I was like, we got to have something going on right there. It's too white, So I made her this huge chandelier out of the base of it was a reef, So it was kind of cool. And she fell in love with it. We've used it for a couple weddings now. So just that was the beginning of me making things for weddings, which was really cool. And now we've made signs and stuff. Some of them are just generic signs that you can get that are ceremony this way or stuff like that, reception signs and stuff like that. But it's so cool that we can make it ourselves.
And I noticed that, so I'm actually going to share the screen. I'm going to bring up something I noticed that you made. Let's look at this right here. These candles right here. Can we talk about how this came into play? I actually interviewed this band. This is RV&T. And when I saw these candles, I was like, oh my God. I was like, why didn't I think of that? I was like, that is so great. So how did you get into that?
Okay, so little backstory. I have been collecting vintage teacups forever. Yeah. I have so many of them. And I thought a couple weeks ago, how cool would it be if I made a couple of them into candles,
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of that. I've never made a candle in my life. I had no idea what to do. Yeah. I've also been I have a court date next week that I have to go because I was a witness to something that was pretty terrible, honestly. And so I've been trying to keep my mind off that and not be sad about it, And so I've been all right, what can I do now? What can I learn to do craft wise? Because that always makes me happy. And I was like, I'm going to learn how to make a candle.
So I also make candles too. So one day, because I was growing herbs and I was like, what can I do with these herbs? And then I was like, candles and stuff like that, because I practice witchcraft. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I consider myself a green witch, so I like to use a lot of herbal stuff as medicine, and candles just came out of nowhere. I was like, no one I didn't even think I would ever make candles, and they're not that hard to make. Same with soaps and oils and stuff. They're so easy. I want to figure that out next. Soaps are cool too, because it's the same. You use it the same way. Right. And then oils are a little bit different. I actually have a machine that makes oils for me.
Okay, that's cool. I want to learn how to make bath bombs.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I make CBD products, so I was doing because my soaps are CBD, so I was thinking of doing a scrub, and making a sugar scrub because my machine makes oils. So that's my next thing I'm trying to do, and I think it's cool that you were just put a band logo on a candle. That is
right.
Never thought of that.
I did not know how to do it at all. I figured it out, like you just said, not as hard as I thought it was going to be. And I was like, cool. I just made some cute candles. The week that I did made the candles, I was sitting down with the band and or a couple of the guys from the band, and they were talking about how they wish they had some things on the merch table that was going to be not quite as expensive as some of their hoodies and t-shirts and stuff. And just something a little different out of the box, how every band has t-shirts,
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, well, I mean, I learned how to make candles this week, guys. I can make Revenant candles. And then Ricky started laughing and he was like, that's funny because the new single is called Slow Burn.
Yes, I love it. Yes. Yeah, when I saw them, I was like, that's insane. Why didn't I think of that? That's pretty cool that you did that for the band.
Yeah, they're going on tour on Friday. So I just made them the picture you had pulled up. Those are the mini versions.
Yeah.
And I made them some bigger ones too. I'm about to put the logo one there today.
That's so cool. And I really I hope people actually buy them because
me too. I'm excited to see how they go.
Everyone loves candles.
That's what I thought. I was like, we'll see how it goes. I made 24 of the small ones and 12 of the big ones. And I was like, y'all just take them on tour, see how it goes. And not making a lot more than that so far. We've never done it before.
I think that's pretty cool. Do you think you would make more merch for the band, or was the candles like a one-time thing?
I mean, if they want me to, I have no problem with that. Absolutely. I don't mind that at all.
So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So what if like other bands like hit you up and say, hey, we like your idea. Do you think you would work with other bands doing the same thing?
That's actually what I was about to say. I was just telling Ricky the other day that, if this takes off and does well, if other bands wanted me to do something like that, I wouldn't mind a bit. He was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd be like another side thing.
Yes. I've noticed like bands do the same thing. They have like a bunch of side things that they do, and they try to keep being in the community. And I think having small businesses is very important for the economy.
Absolutely.
Especially strong women
yes.
being in the community.
That's actually, wait.
Yep, exactly. Like girl power. So speaking on like feminine energy, what advice would you give to other women trying to start a small business?
Oh man. I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed in my clients anyway, like while I'm doing hair and they're like, I can't believe you did this, or how do you do that? Is they don't have the confidence to be able to make a mistake or to fail, because I didn't just pick this up. Like I didn't pick anything up and was just amazing at it the first time I did anything. Yeah. I didn't color hair for the first time and nail a color correction. You don't do anything the first time and are amazing at it. It takes effort. It takes dedication, practice, all that. And you have to be willing to make mistakes and fail. You have to be willing to do that. And I think a lot of us women are too nervous to do that. I think that we get a lot of our self-worth from not failing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're not used to rejection in general. And if we get that, then all of a sudden we don't want to try again. No, get rejected, fail, make mistakes, and then get up and do it again.
Yeah, like because I'm also, a small business owner, and like I try to like jump hurdles. And then a lot of times I'll notice like sometimes men, have it a little bit easier and we have to work harder. And I think that's so unfair. Like we should all be working equally. And like the fact that
100%.
Yeah, we need to like get more women to understand that they don't we have our own power. We can step up.
But I will say that men are very used to rejection. So they'll just get up and brush it off like it was nothing. They don't, they're unfazed by rejection.
It's like, all right, I'll go ask somebody else. And then you have like, sometimes women are like, oh my God, I don't want to do this.
What do you think they do in a bar? Oh, you said no, I'm going to go ask that girl now. Yeah.
I totally agree. And like, I think women need to like show that they have that power. And
we
that
do.
No one can stop tell us no anymore, I mean,
absolutely.
Right now we're having government issues, but like I believe that the more us women get together and like really try to like push the norm, I think that, things will change better. Like instead of like having all the men do all the rioting, why not the women,
Absolutely. You tell me what date and I'll be there.
Yes, I totally agree. What was the motivation all behind doing all of this? Like what made you do that first step?
The actual truth is probably avoiding thinking about things that bother me. That's the real answer. I should probably come up with a better one. But that's just the truth is probably avoiding trauma.
Yeah. I went through a really bad breakup, and like I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and be sad. I'm going to do something with like something I enjoy that makes me happy.
Exactly.
And like not having guys around for like a whole year honestly put me in this mindset to where, I'm very independent, and if I can do it by myself, I can do it whenever, and other women do the same. Even men need to take risks too. Some men won't because they're scared, and I'm like, just do it. Just do it.
My brother is like that, but he's gotten a little bit better over the years. But yeah, you're right. It's crazy. It's funny you say that too, because I actually went through a really bad divorce a few years ago, and a lot of my creativity came after that. It's funny, and it's not just to shit on men or to bash all men, because not all men, but but you know what I'm saying. The shitty ones will make you feel like you're worthless, will push you down, and you can't do it, but we can.
We can. Like that's why I think it's very important that I like talk to other women in the field too, so we can build a community, because a lot of the times people don't have that. Like, you're in Virginia Beach.
Yeah,
And I'm like in Richmond. So now like people will see me talking to you and you talking to me, and they'll be like,
absolutely.
oh, there's a lot of like community going on right now. You know,
I
these two
love this.
women, yeah, are coming together and talking and not like hating and being mean. And I've noticed that that's a thing in the industry too. A lot of women are.
Unfortunately, it is. That's actually one of the reasons why I didn't want to be in the industry for a while. But, we have to be the ones to change that and make a difference.
Yes, I totally believe that. I think it's very important, and like also seeing men being in communities too. Like,
Yes.
stop being mean to everybody. Not everything's a
Yes.
competition. Like, just relax and just be and do your best and see where it takes you. Like, you don't have to
Exactly. Just support each other.
Yes, and that's why I feel like this podcast is really a good thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes. Go ahead and put your plug in, like where to find you. What's your name and your business so everyone else can find you.
Oh, okay. On my Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so my business name on Facebook is Dying for Color. Please stop it. Sorry. And then the weddings and event page is All in One Wedding and Event. And we did that on purpose so that we could do like we're everything you need in one package. Like whatever you need from us, we got you.
Yes. And like you make everything. So like it's easy to like be like, oh yeah, she's got flowers or whatever the weddings need. I feel like it's great that you're making it yourself.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people do like wholesale orders and stuff like that. But I like sitting there and making stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we make the bouquets and everything.
That's great. That's great. So it was great talking to you. Thank you for coming to TaysGreenLife podcast.